Close your eyes and imagine your favorite dessert in the whole world. Now, 1 in 4 of you are going to choose ice cream. So keep your eyes closed and choose your favorite flavor of ice cream. The International Dairy Foods Association will tell you that less than 1 in 4 of you are going to choose the same flavor of ice cream. Now, ice cream comes in thousands of flavors and varieties, but where is the turning point in history that made it such a big success? I've read extensively on the history of ice cream, and what most Americans eat every week has come a long way. Ice cream is a modern marvel that can be able to track back to ancient texts and seen coming to America in the New World, and finally morphing into the delicious dessert we have today. So I'm going to start with some popular rumors that you might have heard that might not be completely true. So many sources say that the history of the origin of ice cream starts with the Roman Emperor Nero in 37 AD, who had slaves run up to the mountaintops during the summer and fetch him snow, which he topped with honey and fruit and ate as a delicious dessert. Now, author Chris Clark will tell you that another myth is that out east, the Mongolians would put cream in containers, and as they rode across the desert during the nights when it was cold, the cream would be shaken vigorously and continuously freeze, and that would be ice cream. Clark also states that basically none of these rumors we hear can be proven by any means, and so oftentimes we don't know the actual origin of ice cream. It's most likely to be found that the origin of ice cream actually happened when the refrigeration techniques got much better. Author Mary Theobald will say that many of these different stories of the origin of ice cream were used by ice cream peddlers in the 1800s just to sell ice cream. Only the facts that we know are recorded. Surprisingly, ice has been used to keep things cool for over 4,000 years during times that are other than winter. The endothermic effect, though, was discovered in 1242 and written down in an Arabic medical textbook. The endothermic effect is essentially when you mix ice with salt, and that mixture will keep the ice cooler and colder and create new cold material that is able to stay cold for longer. Now, this didn't create ice cream, but it is an essential point in the process to what you need to do to create ice cream. So there was no more written evidence of ice cream until 1553 at the marriage of Catherine de' Medici and Henry II of France. And at this marriage, they were said to have a frozen dessert. In England, they passed recipes around of what they called cream ice, and there's no particular person or recipe that we can pin down until 1674 when Nicholas Lemry published a recipe for water ice, which we would typically call a slushy nowadays. Another thing the English gave to ice cream is that they noted the importance of whipping the cream as you are freezing and cooling the mixture. So there are a lot of theories surrounding the ancient history and the origin of ice cream, but the only things that we really know are the endothermic effect, which is a need to have thing to create ice cream, and what has come after that is the creations and the innovations that people have made in changing the recipes and different ways to create ice cream. Ice cream came to America in 1744 and changed the history of the way we eat desserts. Now, ice cream was a savory treat, but only for the special and royal people. Only the rich could afford ice cream, and the International Dairy Foods Association will tell you that the first time it was ever recorded in America was 1744, as the governor of Maryland enjoyed a delicious treat all by himself. The first ad in the New York Gazette was in 1777 by Philip Lindsay, trying to sell ice cream. Now, flavored ice is easy, but ice and sugar in colonial times was expensive. They needed ice houses. And another rumor is that Thomas Jefferson actually brought ice cream over from France, but this is not true. Thomas Jefferson was the first one to build an ice house in the White House. And so he typically gets the role of bringing the ice cream to America, which he did not do. But Jefferson in his time would typically enjoy the flavors of strawberry, vanilla, raspberry, and unusual oyster ice cream. I'm not sure I'd like to try that one. But after this, the modernization of ice cream increased and the popularity skyrocketed. Innovators were able to create new ways to find different flavors and different consistencies and varieties of ice cream. After ice houses in 1851, pioneer Jacob Fussell started an ice cream industry in Baltimore, and this was the first big-time business of ice cream in history in the United States. The history of ice cream was increased and modernized with the Industrial Revolution and the new advances made in the refrigeration technology to keep things cool. This allowed it to be stored for longer so that people could eat it long after they buy the ice cream, which they couldn't have done before. In 1874, the American soda fountain shops adopted ice cream and began serving ice cream with soda. And unfortunately for them, it was dubbed too delicious and too sinful to eat on the Sabbath. So on Sundays, they would take out the carbonated soda and they would serve just ice cream. And this was dubbed in the 1890s as the Sundae, and where they coined the term by leaving out the carbon water and just serving ice cream with different toppings. Now, ice cream has had such a big mainstream appeal, it has had a huge impact on America as a whole. And we see that in today's new age, especially in 1946, America consumed over 20 quarts of ice cream per person, which is fantastic. Today's treat is ever-changing and always pleasing. Today's ice cream has a differing appeal to the suppliers. In the 1940s to 1970s, typically, ice cream was served prepackaged from supermarkets, and there was less premium ice cream. But now we see a new surge of premium ice cream coming onto the market. Not to say that less premium options are unpopular. Both of them are very popular still. Ice cream has turned from such a simple dessert, delicious dessert, into a billion-dollar industry. Ice cream is not only for crying and breakups, but it is huge for the economy. The International Dairy Foods Association will tell you that 1.54 billion gallons were sold in 2015, and $39 billion contributed to the economy. It also contributed 188,000 jobs to Americans. Now, that's incredible, but marketing for this is typically done on a smaller scale and done locally. The Great Lakes area is typically recorded as the best-selling place for ice cream. Today, we enjoy thousands of flavor styles, and vanilla is still the #1 flavor. Due to its flexibility, it has become a staple, coined the term a la mode, just being beside different desserts as brownies, cake, and cookies. Resident ice cream expert Noah Hansen will tell you that frozen yogurt is a little bit different and a little more healthy, and it has become innovative with a new spin on things in the creative way they serve it at new ice cream or frozen yogurt places where they have create your own ice cream and you can put different toppings on it. Everyone has its own time to be eaten, so typically slushies will be eaten on a hot summer day, but when you want to spend time with your friends or family, you might sit down and have some premium Ben & Jerry's. There are options for everyone. And in the end, from mint chocolate chip cones to cotton candy custard, ice cream has come a long way from its humble beginnings and just cold desserts to its prominence in early America, to now becoming the smooth, creamy mess that we all love today. So close your eyes and imagine your favorite flavor of ice cream. Next time you're eating this, just be happy you're not eating snow. Thank you.